Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about it in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place. We're so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about Urban Legend, the remake. That's right, there's a remake of Urban Legend coming out, this reboot, and we've got to talk about it. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so we have to talk about this new Urban Legend movie because this has been gaining a lot of traction today. Everyone's talking about it. And why not? Urban Legend is one of those movies that was kind of just right. We were just coming off of the 80s, and the 80s horror movies for a lot of people are still that sort of nostalgic best that you can get. A lot of people will tell you that horror movies from the 80s just can't be remade and can't be redone or anything. But then you get a lot of the same people telling you that some of the movies from the 90s shouldn't be redone either. And I have to agree with that sentiment. However, we are living in a world where it does seem at times like Hollywood is running out of ideas. Although, let me put it to you another way, because as someone who loves movies, you can never have too many movies, and you can never have too many of the same idea going back and forth out there. Because if one isn't right for you, then the other automatically might be the one you go to. And in the case of Urban Legend, these were urban legends that were pre-internet. These were stories that people told, and they sort of went on to become these things that were passed around. And it really did work for its time. But if you did update it, how would it look and how would it feel? And would you be copying what was once done, or would you be giving us something completely new? And that's kind of where we start, because the new Urban Legends reboot has some information. So this is coming to us from Bloody Disgusting. And Bloody Disgusting says Screen Gems is developing a new take on the 90s slasher urban legend. And THR reports that Shanra Wakefield of Killer in Red fame will write the script with Gary Duberman of Until Dawn producing. Neil Moritz is also in talks to produce, with the reboot being in early development. THR reports that the plot details are unknown, but the sources say the story aims to be an examination of what an urban legend looks like in the post-digital world. Now, you might remember that the original movie came out in 1998, and it starred Alicia Witt, it starred Jared Leto, and the Noxzema Skin Girl, who was really popular at the time, Rebecca Gayheart. Now, this is something that at the time worked because of the popularity of these actors, but back in the day, some of these actors I hadn't really heard of all that much. The actress that I actually knew the best was, of course, the Noxzema Skin Girl, but also Alicia Witt. Now, it also starred Tara Reid and our future Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum. So this movie had star power. It just, were these the main exciting stars that you would see? No, but it also had Pacey from Dawson's Creek. Now, this was followed up by a sequel in 2000 called Urban Legends Final Cut. And Urban Legends Final Cut kind of was a rinse and repeat process. It had a similar plot and a similar way of doing things. Now in 2005, they tried it one more time with Urban Legends Bloody Mary. And that one kind of went off the rails a little bit. That one wasn't necessarily close to what we'd got in the previous two movies. And I honestly didn't like that one at all. It is... well, I can't say at all, because it does have its moments that I found entertaining. Just in terms of the movie itself, with the other two movies, it's very different, and it doesn't feel as important. It's kind of in the same vein as Creepshow 3. If you know, you know. Because Creepshow 3 didn't have the original people behind it. It didn't have the original things going on. It didn't have that same feel. And this movie sort of felt like that. But let's talk about what a post-digital world looks like. Of course, they're talking about AI. They're talking about the internet stuff. Mainly, the thing that I hear a lot of people saying is that they're talking a little bit about things like creepypasta. Now, I could see that working for this really well. A lot of creepypasta stories coming out and being part of it. In fact, when I first heard them saying that, my immediate thought was, what? Are they just going to be doing creepypastas? Now, here's the other thing about that is that while I think that is the way they're planning to go, and they're probably planning to bring us a lot of that type of thing, I also do want to see them maintain some of the older urban legends as well, because some of those are complete and utter classics. Some of those urban legends are still talked about today, and with good reason. The babysitter one, where the babysitter is in the house and the kid's upstairs, and I know there's a movie just like that, but that story got passed around as though it was true. You had the whole thing with the killer in the back seat, which was one of the things that they did in the original Urban Legends movie, The Killer in the Back Seat. That was great. Those fades were good. Always have those babysitter moments, or the don't turn on the lights moment was another one that was in the movies, and it was good. The classic urban legends definitely have a place. Even though you're looking at this post-digital world, you still have to realize that some of the scariest stuff comes from outside of the digital world. And I think that they're going to blend these two perfectly, because some of the things that are these digital urban legends, i.e. creepypasta, which I have an obsession with creepypasta. I watch so much creepypasta stuff that on YouTube with some of the people talking and doing the creepypasta stories, because those are fun. Those are really fun little campfire type of horror stories, and I think it's not a bad idea for them to take it there. But I do maintain that I want to see some of those classics as well, because I do feel there's still a place for those. So bringing it back, would it be connected to the original? If it's a reboot, then no. If it's a sequel, then yeah. If they're doing a reboot, I don't want it to connect to the original. Just give us a completely original story. Call it Urban Legends something, and just make it a complete original story, and you're fine. If you want to make it a reboot, do that. If you want to make it a sequel, bring back a familiar face or so. You don't have to bring back a lot of familiar faces, but one or two of the faces of the people who survived the other movies might be a really cool little nod to fans while giving them these fresh new characters. But by all means, if you're going to bring back these characters, make them matter in the movie, of course. However, even that one little nod to something that happened in the past can be important. Say, we find out that one of the main cast that survived from the previous movies is now dead. If we find that out, then that kind of leads us into something that could be cool, because then it's telling us that these people still mattered, but they're not part of this movie. And that might be a really cool way to go too. So I think it's going to have a lot of fun with it. I would like to see where they go with this, because it sounds intriguing. It sounds fun. However, that is where I am going to leave it off to you guys, because I want to know what you guys are thinking. Are you excited about this movie? Are you not excited about it? Do you think that this type of thing should be left in the past? And what urban legends, the most important question that I could ask you guys, and if you have made it this far in the video, please, by all means, just take the time to write an urban legend that you think should be in this movie in the comments, because I want to hear about so many urban legends that possibly I don't know that I then have to look up. So definitely leave an urban legend that you think should be in this movie, whether it's one of the early before the digital age ones or whether it's one that is in the digital age. Whatever you think should be in the movie, let me know. As always, we want to know what you guys think, so make sure you are leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation. Then, friends, make sure you hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Then, Miko says we need more subscribers. And look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you're not missing a single video we do. And friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.